Hey Internet, welcome back to Easy Writing. I'm Zach.
I'm Emma.
We got some painting to do. Let's show you.
This is the original purple color. We're going to try to get it color matched because a bit of this stuff, as you can see, is almost blue now instead of the purple because of sun damage or, I don't know, weather damage maybe. So, like the underside of the tank is still kind of purpley, but definitely the top is more blue. The oil canister actually looks still really good for the most part, but there's a couple of spots that are faded, so we're just gonna repaint everything. And then I think we might try to do the fenders as well.
Yeah, we'll probably not go quite as hard on those. Not the full spec paint job, but
We have all the replacement decals for the gas tank as well.
we need some purple paint. Let's go to Space Age out in West Mesa.
And get some paint.
We'll see you later. We made it back from the paint shop. Let's go over what we got. We actually picked this one up at
Ace.
Ace. This is just a prep spray to help clean the surfaces before we apply the paint.
Sandpaper.
Sanding pads, some more tack cloths.
All that from Ace.
The paint that we got might be hard to tell, purple that matches the original paint on the bike. Automotive paint, so you have to mix it with a hardener and a reducer, and there's a whole process that we'll attempt to get correct when time comes. We also got just a can of spray paint for the fenders in the color that those are in. We're not going to do the full spray treatment on those, but we will make them look right. Also got some body hammers to fix problems with the fender. There's a couple of spots where things are wrinkled, so we'll try to knock those into shape. Another experiment. I don't know what I'm doing, but we'll figure it out. Let's get to it. So I didn't show you before I started here the damage that we're trying to work out. This one I started working on a little. It's still a little wrinkled through here. I think I can get some more of that out. Some of this over here. A small one back here. This is actually factory formed. Those there, along with the one on that side. So that stuff doesn't need touching. This piece was in better shape than the front fender, which you can see has a couple of significant wrinkles in it, and this front lip is no longer symmetric. So we'll see what we can do about that. Emma's getting some of the purple painted parts ready with 180 and 320 grit sandpaper. We thought the black and white parts on the whole motorcycle were stickers, but it turns out on the tank at least they were painted. I had a fair amount of hammering to do to work out all the dents and dings in the fenders. You can see the backside there of a wrinkle that I had worked out already. A lot of going back and forth and touching to see where it needs work still and where it feels smooth. That's a spot that I hadn't touched yet. And this section here is sped up 2,500 times, just to give you an example of how much back and forth has to happen. I'm holding a little mini anvil underneath in the cavity of that fender to hammer against, and then when I flip it over and I hammer on the inside, I'm using the wood of the bench as the backing for it. It's a lot of back and forth to get it to sort of shape into place. I'm sure somebody who is skilled could do it much faster, but this little 1 minute section right here, like I said, is accelerated by over 2,000 times to just show you how long it took and what it took to get there.
It was very loud in the garage.
So while the tank did have painted black and white parts, the fender, the piece there was a sticker. So you can see here I was trying to get it off with just a razor blade in my hand, but it wasn't working very well. So I 3D printed a holder for the razor blade. That worked a lot better. There was only one spot on the whole bike that needed Bondo. On the tank, I couldn't get it to pop out with any little tool that we made to try to push it out. So with Bondo, you put a fair amount of the base material and then a tiny little spot of hardener, and you mix that together and spread it on nice and thick.
Let it dry.
Yep, it hardens up. Then I made the rookie mistake of using my palm sander with a soft base on it that would divot the softer Bondo under the level of the metal. So I had to reapply a couple of times before I finally recognized my error and went back at it with a flat board with some sandpaper on it. We finished the little bit of Bondo work that we had on the tank. Now we're on to taping up a couple of spots that need that, here and here, and then it'll be primer time. Before using any paint on anything, or even primer, we hit it all with prep spray to get rid of any oils or grease or fingerprints or dirt or grime or whatever. After you spray it down with the prep spray, you go over it with the tack cloth. Here it all is ready. Kind of looks like a cool patina actually on the tank right there, but not what look we're going for. And then on to primer. A nice coat on everything.
Zach had to do all of this because I can't be around the smells of my asthma.
Had to do some wet sanding of the primer after we got it all applied. Often is just a little rough to the touch, so a high grit sandpaper with a little water and it turns out real nice. Followed that up on the fenders with the rattle can silver that matched the color that they originally were, or at least as far as we could tell.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell any difference after you spray painted them. You color matched it pretty well in the shop.
So it's finally time to use the most expensive part of this whole process, the paint. The automotive paint in general is just not cheap at all. So it takes you can see on the lid there, it's a 4 to 1 to 1 is the ratio, and I was showing you on the cup that it's marked so you can tell
how much to pour out.
Yeah, how much of each to pour. So you mix the base paint up, pour it to the first line of the 3 on the 4 to 1 to 1 ratio section, and you take your reducer and you add it to the next line. I actually wish I had gotten a close-up shot of me pouring that in so you could see that line. You can see paint on my finger because it didn't go super great. And also, I was an idiot here and didn't pull the cap off.
The safety seal off?
The safety seal off of the hardener. And then you pour that in until you hit the third line on the 4 to 1 to 1. And mix it all up. I don't do very much painting, and I don't think I've ever done any automotive painting before. I've only ever used my spray gun for wood finishes, for clear finishes on whatever woodworking project I've done. It took me a little bit of going back and forth with my compressor to get the right volume out of the spray gun. I was also having a problem with a mechanical piece on my line, yeah, my compressor line, that did not help. I solved that one eventually though. It worked good when I finally got it spraying nice. You can see here real clearly how bad it was, like those thin little lines, that's not what I was going for at all. If I had more experience, I probably would have recognized what was happening immediately and gone to correct it, and I did eventually. It just took me too long to recognize it.
We also have multiple coats here that Zach did, so you're only seeing 1 or 2 little passes, but he did, I think, 4 coats of paint.
Yeah, something like that. Harder to tell in this video, but I've got a much better spray, wider coverage and more volume, and coming out much nicer. There were a lot of sections of this job that had me nervous, and painting was one of them. I'm just generally not a fan of it, and I, never sprayed automotive paint before. But that one maybe paled in comparison to trying to apply the stickers correctly. Getting these decals in place, this was a piece I dreaded.
We found somebody that had reconstructed the original paint with vinyl decal stickers. So that's what we're trying to do right now, is measure and do correct placement of the decals. We went back to the beginning of the video and looked pretty carefully at what was already there and tried to match as closely as we could to what we have here with the sticker placement. So that's what you see Zach and I doing currently, is just trying to line everything up to the best of our sight lines and talking through strategies of what looks good here, what doesn't look good here, which way the decals need to move, that kind of thing. Trying to get everything completely ready before we pull any of the sticker backs off and get it stuck. This paper is the instructions that came with the decals. It basically outlines what you're supposed to do, cleaning and prepping the surface with some alcohol, taping things down, making hinge points so you can only peel part of the sticker off at a time, which is what I'm doing here. I'm cleaning the surface with an alcohol prep pad. And then I have a dry cloth that I come back behind it with, wipe everything off. Here I'm separating the back paper from the actual decal. Zach's cutting it for me. And then I'm trying to lay it down as close to the edge of the tank as possible. And I have this little tool that Zach had that was very handy, that helped make everything nice and flat for us. Smoothed out a bunch of the wrinkles as we went along.
They recommend using like a credit card, but this thing had like a little thin felt wrapped over the end of it so that it was less aggressive.
Didn't scratch anything.
So we can peel the blue painter's tape off now, since the decal itself acts as our hinge piece on the tank. This was the part that worried me the most, was getting around this edge. Yeah, it's a compound curved angle to try to get all this placed down on, so I had to do all the regular cleaning. And then I thought that it would be more useful to peel the top paper off, since it would allow the vinyl to stretch a little more. And since we're doing a 2D sticker on a 3D surface, I thought that would be important to try to get it to flex to fit that curved surface. So you'll see here in a moment, we peel that top paper off, and I actually think that was a mistake. I don't think we should have done that.
And what I'm doing is I'm trying to mark out where the point ends on the top of the tank.
Yeah, this was a whole cluster because we decided to do this after we had peeled the backing off.
Yeah. First time wasn't terrific. The second swoop went a bit better.
Yeah, so this is peeling that top paper off that I think was not the right move.
And it does say in the instructions that you're not supposed to pull the top paper off until the very end, once you have the decal completely stuck down, but you know. So now we're going to go a bit faster because this took us a really long time to try to get it smoothed out, and to continue to check the angle up at the top to make sure that the tip was going to land where we thought it was supposed to land. Thankfully, this sticker was pretty forgiving and it could peel back up a couple of times without any troubles.
So the sticker did not land where we had originally planned, up at the top. So we had to pull the second sticker that we had sort of placed
to match the first sticker
Yeah.
completely off.
Yeah, we had to pull it off so that we could make it match where the first one landed, which in retrospect I think actually worked better. I think it looked more correct.
Yeah. So here's Zach's trying to get the measurements between the middle of the tank and the stickers on either side. We're trying to match the measurements.
We tried a bunch of different ways to get a good measurement.
And this was the best way. Zach took a piece of paper and matched it up with either side where a mark was,
yeah, I basically just used it as a flexible ruler.
And then again, we're marking out the points.
And we decided to start on the top this time, since it was much easier to tell where the bottom part of the swoop needed to land. And it was harder to tell exactly where the top should land, so we needed to place that one first so that we could get it lined up exactly where we thought it was supposed to be.
Because that's going to be the most visual part too. You're going to be seeing those points on the tank as you're riding down the road. You're not going to be able to really see the front of the swoops or the bottom part unless you look real close.
I took a slightly different tack for the second side. I left the top paper on and peeled back the underside as I went, and it went a lot better actually. I don't think it didn't feel like the bottom piece wanted to line up when we were done quite the same, so we had to do just a little finagling, but it wasn't too bad honestly. It went into place pretty nice. And when it's basically all in place, we could pull the top paper off.
I'm showing there's a little bit of a wave there in the sticker that Zach's got to finish smoothing out.
And then onto the Yamaha logo,
which needed to be a little down and a little forward. That was what I was pointing out. So Zach makes our hinge, peel the back sticker off, lay it down, smooth it out. Peel the sticker off the other side, lay it down, smooth it out. I think this was the best part, was getting to just peel off the top sticker because everything laid down so nicely.
On the Yamaha, it was nice and easy.
Yeah.
It wasn't stressful like the swoops were.
No, I was curious at first how we were going to do it because they're individual letters, but the hinge method worked really well. That we just, because it had the front paper on top, so it held all the letters in place. And then you could just peel the back paper off and stick everything down. I was slightly confused that the A started at the front on one side and the Y started at the front on the other side. But evidently it's supposed to be like that.
Otherwise it would read Ahamaya. Ahami?
Ahame.
So then I needed to do the stripe on the fender, and I made myself a piece of blue tape with some tick marks on it at the edges of the stripe, and then some more at the edges of the places where the strut was connected, so that I could center it all based off of my little tick marks. I just put that on the top of the sticker and lined it up and got it stuck down, and then I could line up the next piece, and, peel it up if I had to and bring it back in until it was lined up correctly. And
it took way a lot of math, and I just wanted to eyeball it and stick it down. But he did a great job.
This part was way easier than the swoosh.
Yeah. It's so satisfying just to watch a sticker being peeled off.
Now you know why people make videos of that stuff.
And here's all the completed pieces that we painted and did the decals on.
I was super nervous about the painting, the automotive painting, but it came out really well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.